Hey, what's up everybody? Today I'm going to just run through the new battle box from Cow Coast Fishing. This is their new terminal tackle box. I know you've seen it probably all over the place. I'm going to show you how I have taken my old terminal tackle box mess, because it was pretty bad. I had a pretty bad situation with all my sinkers and hooks and everything, just in a pretty bad mess. But three big tabs to pop open. That front one's tight too. Waterproof gasket all the way around the lid, and then you've got these ammo cans on the inside with a little foam dividers to keep them all situated. These things are really cool. They're just these little they call them ammo cans. They're little tubes, and to open them you just give them a squeeze, just like that. And it's got a little foam plunger inside of it, and that's to keep your, you can't really hear anything, that's to keep your weights from bouncing around, making a bunch of noise. But you just pull the plunger out, and there you go. But plunger is actually a really genius idea. It's really thought out. I mean, that keeps it quiet, keeps your stuff from from busting through the lid. But I'll show you guys what all's in here. I get pretty in depth with how I organize all of my hooks, sinkers. I got a little box full of a lot of little stuff, little swivels and whatnot. Lots of little doodads and stuff that end up in your terminal tackle box. But we're gonna go through this thing. But I just wanted you to see how well built this thing is. I mean, it's a rugged piece of equipment. I have a feeling this box is going to last quite a long time. But that's the battle box from Cow Coast Fishing. You should definitely go check it out. But watch this review, check it out, leave some comments. Let me know how you're using your battle box. It's 100% customizable. You can make it yours. No two boxes will be the same by the time you get done labeling and organizing it for the way you like to fish. Alright guys, so I just picked up this is the battle box. Just kind of started over from the top. Golly, that's a tough snap right there. Just picked up the battle box from Cow Coast Fishing, and this, I knew that this has been coming for a while. A lot of design hours. I know Dave over at Cow Coast put a lot of time and thought into this. This is probably gonna change my terminal tackle life right here for 2019. We'll see how it goes. But this is my current terminal tackle box, and it's ridiculous. You guys ever have that room or that junk drawer where nobody could find anything except you? You know where to go to find out what you got and what you're looking for. That's what this is for me. Nobody else could ever make this work. And to be honest with you, it's a mess. It's ridiculous. This old box is beat. But beside the point, I mean, I have got stuff. Those are hooks from Sweden. I mean, what is that? Wacky weedless hooks, trailer hooks, stupid stuff, just everywhere. So I'm gonna have to go through all of this stuff. More hooks. Oh, that's trash. Get out of here. Hooks. And then you get into this box. There's all kinds of tungsten and used hooks that I've already used, drop shot weights, wacky hooks, treble hook. Stupid. I don't even know. Like, I don't know what size that is. So the first step is going to be, I'm going to go through all this tungsten, and you're not going to see that because that's pretty boring, but I've got a little scale. I'm going to weigh all these and make sure I know what they are. And then all this tungsten is going to go right into here, into these bottles, ammo cans, because this is the battle box. But got all kinds of different cans. Got labels here, so I'm going to be able to label some of this stuff. You can put a label right on top of the lid, and that way I'll know, I'm looking for a 3/8 ounce, because right now I have no idea. So I'm going to get all this stuff labeled. we can go through all this tungsten and all this weight and get it scaled out and figure out what I've got, see what's what. So that's another little piece that needs to get taken care of. This, I mean, look at that. Look at that. Just stupid stuff everywhere. It's no way to, you know, there's some random jig heads. We'll get those taken care of. Flip this guy over. All kinds of shaky heads. We'll get that taken care of. So yeah, I've got a little bit of work ahead of me, but this is what we're doing. Saying bye-bye to this mess, this stupid stuff, and we're going to go to very organized, and we're going to have ourselves a nice little terminal tackle box. Got a nice spot for some packs of hooks right there. That's perfect. Got a little sleeve here. We can put a bunch of hooks in. That ought to be good. All right, so one of the things I'm going to do, for example, I just weighed this tungsten on a digital scale, and it's 1/4 ounce, and it's black. So this is going to be my 1/4 ounce black tube ammo can, and I don't know if you can see that very well or not, but there's little round labels cut out. So what we're going to do is we're just going to call that 1/4 black. Peel that sucker off. Yep. There it is. Just peel that guy off. And let's see how it doesn't really matter. You know, maybe silver's not the best color. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, have it's on there. I can see it. Make sure it's on there real good. There we go. Labeled up. 1/4 ounce black. So I'm just going to go through all my tungsten, get it all separated out here, and yeah, we'll see what's up. So I know this kind of looks like a mess, and it is, but I've come a really long way. So I've got a lot of my tungsten all weighed out, separated into these different cans, and what's cool is most of these cans, at least all of them on this side, come with a plunger. So like, honestly, I'm gonna do a little bit more organizing, but this is just gonna kind of show you. This is how I labeled them. Like, that's a 1/16 ounce unpainted, and I only have one, so I mean that's kind of silly to take up a full can. But that's okay. I'll get into this a little bit more and do a little bit more organizing. But you just stuff the plunger, as far down as you want, and that just keeps the rattle down. But yet the plunger's right there. You know, it's easy to pull it right out to get what you need out of there. But keep that pushed down. So that's the smallest weight I have. So that's a 1/16 ounce unpainted, and we'll just set that guy right there. And then let's see, there's some 1/8 unpainted. And so I'm just going to do this for all of my weights here. I just kind of wanted to get you started on this, show you what I'm doing. I just labeled everything, got everything weighed out, pop the plungers in, and we're going to get them in place here. And then I may do a little bit more shuffling around, and then we'll move on to hooks. And see what else we can get into with the hooks. I've pretty much got the my weight situation under control here now. I've got 1/16, 1/8. I keep my 3/16 colored separate, just because those are the two weights that are the two colors that I use the most. And then you know, back also to 3/8. So I keep those separate just because I'm a little bit pickier on that. But you know, 1/4 ounce, 5/16, all that stuff, I just kind of combined it. I do have my 1/2 ounce flipping weights separated from my worm weights. But what's really nice about this is this big stopper in here. You know, and to open these, you just give it a squeeze. Give it a squeeze. This stopper right here, like, it's not coming out unless you want it to. But you just pull that little stopper out. It fits really tight in there. You push that thing down, and it's not gonna, you know, that's not gonna rattle around. That's not gonna sit there and make a bunch of noise, you know. So you keep that thing keep that thing pushed down. And like I said, it ain't going anywhere. So that thing's all sealed up, but you know, I'm kind of learning that this is probably not going to be a box for my jig heads or anything like that. For me, this is strictly going to be weights. I'll have some hooks in here and then some other odds and ends that I'll show you. But for the most part, this is going to be weights and hooks. Jig heads, I'm going to find another, you know, I'll have another separate deal for jig heads of various kinds. But hooks and sinkers, this thing's it, man. This is the berries right here. So I'll show you guys what this looks like when I get done. I've still got a little bit more to go. Still got a pretty good little mess on my hands here, but we're getting there. All the weights are completely sorted, so I've pretty much got this thing about where I want it. Let's run down this real quick. Y'all remember what it was like, what I had going on in this box over here, and I still got, you know, just some stuff that's not going to go in here. Basically some weighted swim bait hooks. The rest of this is swim bait hooks and basically spinnerbait trailers, trailer hooks, and then some jig heads. And I've got some other ideas, some things I'm going to do with my swim bait hooks, trailer hooks, and my jig heads. Those are all going to go in a little bit different place. Like my swim bait hooks are going to go in my Alabama rig bag. And then my jig heads, I've got a little bit different thing I'm going to do with jig heads. But as far as tungsten and actual hooks go, the meat and potatoes of my terminal tackle, this is pretty much it. This is all my tungsten on this side, and then all my hooks and other stuff going on here on this right side. I've kind of showed you some of this stuff already, but you know, 16th all the way up to 5/8 plus. You know, and the cool thing about this is custom done for me. This is what makes sense to me. And what makes sense to me to do it this way may not work for you. Like for me, for example, I don't really flip that much. So like I've got all my flipping weights like that are 5/8 and bigger in here. You know, because that makes sense to me. I don't really flip that much. And then all my flipping hooks, 4 to 5/0 flipping hooks are right here. I don't really flip that much. So it doesn't make sense for me to break out flipping hooks the same way I would with an EWG. So I've got this custom made for me. But if you're a big flipper, you might just need 1 tube for your EWG hooks and 3 or 4 tubes for your flipping hooks. So you can do this however you want. These are just some leftover bigger worm hooks that I've had laying around. Just got those tucked away there. And then I will end up using this. It's just a little case for some tungsten. You know, if I'm in a tournament situation, I'm using, you know, I know for a fact I'm using 5/16 green, and I just went to the tackle shop and bought, you know, 4 or 5 packs of them. I'm going to have this thing loaded up, ready to go. That way I don't have to go digging around. It's just, you know, it's in this convenient little thing. If I want, I can take it out. You know, if I'm breaking off a bunch or something, that's a handy little thing. So I'm sure I'll get some use out of that. This box does come with some dividers. So if you don't like the way that this is divided out, or if you don't want to use the canisters, you know, if you don't want to use them, don't use them. But it's got dividers. But honestly, I feel like I don't need that. I think this right here is, there's, for me, this is great. I mean, compared to what I was coming from, where I couldn't find, you know how long it would take me if I really needed a 5/16 green piece of tungsten out of all that mess. It'd take me forever, and I'd probably never really find it because I had them all mingled up together. So this thing's pretty cool. You know, you can label it and organize it however you want. It's got a nice little a little cutout right here for packages of hooks. So you know, if you run to the bait store and you just grab a couple packs of hooks and you want to keep them handy, if that's the ones you need, you know, right now, you're good to go. Drop shot hooks, got them laying in there nice. This is a little like, kind of like the junk drawer of the terminal tackle box. There's split rings, there's swivels, there's clackers, there's rattling beads, there's a blade in there, a couple of O-rings, a couple of glass beads. That's like my junk drawer of the terminal box. But it's actually pretty neat. I mean, it's all right there if I need it. You know, you just give this thing a squeeze, pull the plunger out, and I can dig around in there and get whatever it is I need. So it's actually pretty handy. So I'm a pretty big fan of this box. I mean, get this lid shut up on it. Man, that front one, tight. I got this thing sealed up. I mean, it's actually pretty quiet. You know, a lot of times terminal tackle boxes, you know, they rattle around, they make a ton of noise. This thing's pretty quiet. Golly, man, I'm telling you, those latches are good. It's got that nice waterproof gasket all over the front. I just, you know what? I think I'm really going to enjoy this. This is going to help me, you know, when you're on the water and you need to get something right now, you need to get something quick. This thing's pretty legit, you know, treble hooks. And it's just so customizable. I mean, you can make it anything you want it to be. You can pretty much make it serve that purpose. But for me, this is perfect for me. You know, it's got all the important things that I use. You know, and I still got an empty one here. I'm sure I'll find a use for that. But good job, Cow Coast Fishing. Pretty awesome. Hit up the comment section and let me know what you guys think of this box, and you know, let me know of ways that you guys are customizing this thing. And you know, I always like seeing the way other people do their stuff. So check this thing out. Cow Coast really hit it out of the park with this one. Check them out on the website, cowcoastfishing.com. Pretty sure they have some pre-orders come through for these things. They should have some in stock. But get on there and check this thing out. I'm telling you, I don't know about you guys, but terminal tackle's been a pain in my butt for a long time, and I think I just solved it. So pretty awesome box here. Go check it out.